Thank you. We have Michael APC. Michael APC say, "Can you feel free to call me Michael APC?" So I'm feeling free, my brother. I'm
Michael
feeling
APC, welcome. How are you?
All right, Michael
Michael,
APC.
they only come up on your stage, not be my own stage.
No, I come, but sometimes I prefer to listen, Chioma. Whenever I see your life, I'm always there, but I prefer to listen, especially on political matters, until I see people saying some rubbish. Then if I want to interject, I can interject and give my topic. Anyway, Kachi, thanks for bringing me up.
Thank
Chioma,
you for
you're
joining.
always welcome, darling. Yeah, I love the topic today. We had something similar with halfway or something like that. Okay, halfway, please. I have to plead to make before I make my submission. First, I beg, when you enter life, try share, give some people. Not this stingy. Share your life, give some people. Some of us know they see them as they come. You understand? I don't like to miss any minute of it. Then secondly, you say it's Igbo conversation that some people like Ikwere people are not welcome. My own choice.
No. It's not welcome. The word is not welcome. We want to have the conversation with mostly
conversation with
people.
Them. Okay,
it's not that they are not welcome. They are welcome, but not like to have the
they are
conversation.
welcome. I mean, on the platform to conversation. But
correct.
If I have to say something, I will tell you that allow them to speak, because these guys, you are included in that Biafra, and it is going today. Some of them are still involved in the nonsense going on in the Southeast. So if they will be given the opportunity to say why, and why what is not happening in our part is not happening in theirs, it will be a nice conversation. Even those ones that don't want it, that say they are not Igbo, will differentiate themselves from not being Biafra and not being Igbo. If that opportunity is given to them, I think it's be better, because all of us were in that Biafra. Now we've splitted.
Let me just respond to that shortly, right? And my response to that is, I be snowflake. Something they pain me, something they get to me really quick, right? So if the person will not be Igbo person come, they say Igbo people, if they pay me, I no go lie for you. So that's the reason why I would rather Igbo Southeast people to have that conversation. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense,
but it's also because the damages
from it. It's a fraud.
No, but the damages of the agitation is only happening to the Southeast. So
open it for all of us
Michael,
to have
what
that
do you think
conversation.
about that?
You say what?
I agree with you, but I agree with you partially, and this is where my pushback is going to come. Yes, we know that there are non-Southeast Igbo people who are still agitating for Biafra, but the damages of the past 26 years to our political viability, to our environment, to our collective consciousness as Igbo people, it occurred and it happened in the Southeast. So I do understand having an inclusive conversation, because Ikwere people, especially Edo people, have to even be part of it, because they don't carry them put inside the Biafra map. Say they must go there by force.
Chioma, even at that, not the recent one, we said scam. Biafra is scam or something like that. The topic says scam or what? Struggle. Meaning you are talking about Biafra, not IPUB. The Biafra question Biafra question started way back. So we're talking the Biafra as a scam or a struggle from way back. So these guys were involved in that way back stuff. Yeah?
Let's leave it as is for today. Hopefully in the future we'll be more.
We can expand it.
Yeah, we can expand it.
Yeah, we can expand it.
Accept. Okay,
and can you please also help us and turn down the music in the background, please?
I'm in a taxi behind us.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. What I have to say is that when we are saying scam or struggle, the other part of the English I understand. I don't really understand. The other one, struggle, I understand. The first part is scam. If we capture what exactly is scam, does it mean fraud, like we normally call them? Or for me, they are Biafra. If you are talking about fraud, scam and fraud is the same word, I suppose, in this conversation. Okay, I agree with Paparazzi. It is a pure fraud. I like to put it that way. If you go by the definition of scam or fraud, the end point, by its definition, literally definition, the end point is this: you giving out something that is falsified in the bid to gain something financially or otherwise. That's a scam. You know it's not truthful, and you're giving it to people to earn a financial gain. That is what fraud defines.
Yep.
Starting with Ojukwu. Is it a fraud? If you go read all the theses you want, read every literary book available that you want, the end point is that Ojukwu sold them a dream of a country. He might be right in doing what he did, but the question is, for his financial gain, he exchanged their own money, the Nigerian money, their enemies' money, to give them a paper money that is not needed anywhere, only within that circle that you can spend it. He took what is theirs and gave them something else that is not valuable anywhere. Apart from that Biafra, southeastern Nigeria, you can't use that shit money anywhere. So that is scam.
Yeah.
Forget the interest Ojukwu had before to go to war, the creation of state, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's assume that he was justified in doing that. But the end point is that he was going for a financial gain.
Yep.
Forget the fact that his father is a billionaire. He was going for a financial gain.
So how about the struggle part? How about the struggle part? What do you think about that?
During the Ojukwu period, from all the stories we hear, one can deduce the fact that yes, they were struggling. It was a struggle, a fight for them to get their own country. They had a motive. You understand? Ojukwu has a position to say, okay, since we quarrel, when I stay here, make I stay here. They struggled for it. Even to the extent that some countries kind of recognize them, not officially recognize them, kind of dealt with them as Biafrans.
So you're saying the struggle was justified. Is that what you're saying?
It was not justified, but it was a struggle as at the time of Ojukwu.
I see.
As at the time of Ojukwu, it was a how do we put it? 1 minute. I'll pay my card. Yeah. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah. No problem. Take your time. And in the meantime, make we just read comments here. Chimaroke says, all right, Chimaroke, be respectful, Chimaroke. Be respectful, Chimaroke. Blessed Casey. Okay, all these crazy people, man. Dreammaker says,
I want them to be able to come up on stage.
Yeah.
Come up on stage.
You guys have a lot to say. Come up, request, so that we'll bring you up and, you talk about it. You have a lot to say in the chat. Come up on stage and face Chetos. Chetos is here. Anyway.
Okay, I think I'm ready to continue.
All right, go ahead and please make it if you want to round up in like 1-2 minutes so we can move forward. Yeah,
I'll do that. So Ojukwu's era established. Wazirike's time, it was no struggle, it was pure scam. You understand? You're living in a country, you have an official driver's plate. You want people to pay for your own plate that they cannot even use on the roads of your so-called Biafra. So it was a pure scam. You understand? You sold passports that you yourself cannot even use. It was what? A pure scam for the financial gain. You understand? They were going for it. He was going for it entirely, purely, wholly, in all aspects, for the monetary gain that was in it. A lawyer that have not had any successful case in court or doing any legal services, none. He doesn't have none in his curriculum that he won this case. Even if a corporate case that you filed something, you got something, but he became a billionaire with the Biafran nonsense. That was pure scam, no struggle attached to it.
Yep.
Then you come to the Oga of all Oga, Nnamdi Kanu. From day one, he started as a company. From day one, he started as a company. He has not sold the Biafran passport. He has not sold the Biafran naira or plate numbers. But he has succeeded in gathering people to contribute money to his established company. Probably an enterprise that is set out to make gains. Nothing to do with bringing a country. Nothing, zero. Nnamdi Kanu has zero intent of bringing them a country. Sell them their idea. In their world, they believe a country is coming. But in the real sense, you're making your millions out of it. Period. Pure scam. Clean and simple. The highest of all. Yep. The highest of all scams so far. So, in final, I will conclude with this. Biafra, in generality, is a pure scam. It will never happen.
Absolutely.
Never. Not in the 50 years time, not in 100 time, not in 1,000 years time. Maybe after Jesus has come and left, maybe the remnant of those in the southeast who can now get their Biafra. Thank you. I yield.
Thank you so much, Michael APC.